Alright guys, well it's Wednesday night. We've got the big C10 Chevy only Dino's Get Down on Friday. Now I've got to work a booth all day there, but I'm still taking my truck, I'm going to have it out there. The wifey will probably be hanging out with it. So anyway, now the other night coming home, we went to Rebel Reaper's clothing grand opening, and we're headed home, and I stopped to help another buddy out, his car was having issues. Leave him after he's good, headed home, and all of a sudden my truck's not charging. Well, when the truck's not charging, the batteries are going dead. That means I can't pick it up off the ground. So we ended up dragging it a good ways, and had to get the kids to bring me another battery. We got it home. So since then I replaced the alternator, the voltage regulator, and when I was working on it, I noticed that, yeah, I run the original 64 wiring. I know better, but hey, it worked, so I didn't mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anyway, the wires are brittle. So what I'm doing tonight is making a new harness. All I'm doing is mimicking exactly what was on here because that's all I need. There's actually nothing I need to delete, so I'll just be remaking what I have here, cleaning it up and running it. Now, one thing I'm going to use tonight is the Easy Loom. Now, it's a split line sleeving kit, master kit from DEI. Now they sent me this and all the different stuff they sent me, and I was looking at it. It's going to be perfect. So I can go ahead and make this up, tape it up, slip the sleeve on, it'll look good, and we can put this thing together. So now, especially with this, because I don't want to do it again, is I'm going to solder all the connections. So it's going to take me some time, but we're going to start by cutting all the wires to length, and then we'll start making all from there. We'll tape it up, and then we'll wrap it. So, alright guys. Well, we've got our harness made, and so we're now ready to wrap it. So we're going to try this new split sleeve from DEI. So, as you can see here, it just unrolls, and then it'll roll back up. So it looks pretty nice. Let's give it a shot and see how it goes. So, okay, now for these shorter branch offs, we're going to go to a smaller size. We used 1/2 inch for the main, so we're going to go to some smaller sizes and cover these branch offs. I'm going to cut a little extra so I can tuck this back into the loom. So, now these have to be split apart. So these have to split. So we're going to start right about there. And we'll just go a little farther back in the loom.
Descends on the ground and rain begins to fall. Go and fear all around. Shadow dances on the wall.
Now the nice thing about this stuff is, hey, it's a hair too long, all you need is a pair of scissors. Just trim it back a little. Just like that. It's all cleaned up. Now, I'll take a piece of heat shrink.
Seems like only yesterday I held you in my hands, and now I'm looking on your grave and sit on heavy pants. I've got no sun that shines on me. I've got no place to go. My love, my little victory. I miss you so.
Okay, well, it's Thursday night. I don't know, 8 o'clock. I gotta have this truck ready to go by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I still have to finish the wiring, put in the new manifold, fix the leaks, and get it ready to go. So, but last night, after we redid the wiring and made the new harness on the driver's side of the engine compartment, it looks amazing. And compared to this kind of janky shit that was in it, and you know, this is how most of us do it, I ain't gonna lie, you know, electrical tape or this chintzy plastic freaking loom that tears your fingers up. That DI kit, I'll definitely be using it again. So anyway, I'm gonna hustle, try to get the charging wire back to the battery, and start working on this air ride. Alright guys, so most of the wiring's done except for a couple relays, which I'm going to do while I'm doing the airbags. Now the big upgrade that I'm doing right now is we're getting rid of all these valves. So they're going away. And we're putting in this guy. So this is from Accuair. What it is a manifold. Now this guy here has flow controls for up and down. There's settings for every single line, whether it's in or out. So we're going to be setting this up. Now this guy cost me a little over $500. I bit the bullet and bought it because I was just so sick of those valves and fighting them. So this here got rid of probably a good 20-30 fittings. And spots it can leak. So with this, it takes all the headache out. All you got are the lines coming in and out. That's it. So I'm going to mount this guy behind the seat because obviously 500 bucks. I'm not leaving it in the bed of the truck. So going to be putting this here. Then we have to reroute all the lines into the truck. So we're going to do that now. We had some issues before with heat, so we're going to route everything down the passenger side of the truck and then cut over. That way we're totally away from the exhaust. So this is about how my night's going right now. Getting ready to install the manifold, you know, run the lines, everything, and driver's door just broke. It won't open, the inside or outside. So gonna have to crawl through the passenger side and try to take the panel apart. Alright guys, well, now that I got the door open, next thing I gotta do is get under this thing, reroute some lines, cut it, because now instead of the valves being in the bed, I'm going to be putting them behind the seat. So I've got to reroute everything.
I see that room and road hotel. I say you dressed in black.
Alright, so all the lines have been rerouted. There was an open hole under the seat. I don't know what it's for, but it was empty. So I shoved all the lines up through it, up under the seat. So what I'm going to do now is actually clean up all the wiring because I quick wired it the last time. I need to go through and put it all in Loom. So I'll get it all encased and put up nicely, and then we can move on to the manifold.
My words that I forgot to spell. My knife, there's in your neck. I've got no sun that shines on me. I've got no place to go. My love, my little victory. I miss you so.
Alright guys, well the wiring's all done. My camera battery died there, so I don't know at what point it died on you guys. But it is not my cleanest, but it's definitely not my worst. Down the road I'm probably going to add a board across there so we can lean the seat forward, it's nice and clean. And then I can mount everything really nice. But right now I had to find the spots to be able to put tappers for the holders. So it's not as clean as I'd like, but down the road we'll put a board up on there, carpet it. It'll look great, we'll do it. So the next thing I gotta do is work on this manifold. Okay, I know you probably can't see it, but I'm just gonna explain it. The way these work is there's two ports that are supply lines from the tank. The 4 in the middle are all 4 corners, and the other 2 are the dumps. Okay, so what you got is supply in, out to each of the bags, and then release valves pretty much. Okay, now there's these little Allens next to each line. Now this thing lets you control how fast it goes up and how fast it goes down. So there's a in and an out valve for each bag. So now I've read the instructions, and yeah, I've read the instructions. I screwed them in, I hit them about where I think they are. They're going to take some fine tuning, but right now is that. Now, it's really late right now, and I got to try to be quiet. So I don't have time to fab a really nice plate for this. So this plate is actually the packaging from it. It's real thick stuff, acrylic, plastic, something. So I've drilled 4 holes in it. I'm going to mount it in the truck, maybe put some rubber washers or something, and self-tap it right to the back of the cab. Like I said, down the road we'll put a board in there and we'll make everything look pretty, but for right now, I'm down to the wire. Alright guys, I plugged everything in. I didn't drill new holes for the lines, not right now. I'm pressed for time. It's like 2:30 in the morning right now. So there was a large hole. I ran them all through that for now. Plugged them all up. I didn't even have enough line to do my dumps. I just tucked them under the seat. Oh well, it'll work. So now if I throw this switch and the compressors kick on, that means my wiring's right. So wish me luck. Alright guys, moment of truth. Air is pumped up, so let's see what it does. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay guys, well, I'm all wrapped up for the night. I gotta get a couple hours sleep before we head to Dino's. Instead of doing a tool review tonight, because I quickly went over all the different tools, and I think I've discussed them all with you that I used today. So what I figured is, let's go over some products, okay? So, you know how I told you guys that on a previous one that when I do the airbags, I use that yellow Teflon tape stuff for gas line, and that's what I seal my bags with. All the fittings, all the threaded pieces. Now, I was talking to a couple different guys in the industry, and they swear by this stuff. It's a Loctite 545, and it's a thread sealant. Now, it's like a red liquid. I mean, it seems even thinner than normal Loctite, but man, it seals up. I'll give it that. I'll definitely be using this in the future. As you guys, I don't know if you can see it there. Loctite 455. I'll find a link and put it in the description. So, but it's like 20 bucks for this little bottle, but they told me I can do 3 cars with this little bottle. So, we'll see. It's going to be a while before I do another car. So, Loctite 545. Okay. The next item I want to talk about is the manifold I put in. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't have a lot of experience with it. Okay. Just put it in. But from what I can see, it's idiot proof. If you guys knew the trouble I went through 4 years ago, taking it with all the brass pieces and the T's and the clothes nipples and this, that, and the other, and all the fittings. You saw earlier that big bundle of crap I took out. I mean, it looked like Home Depot threw up in the back of my truck. But this guy was beyond simple. I read the instructions for once, and it took like, I don't know, 30 seconds to go through the whole thing. So, it is a Accuair VX4. Okay, so it says VX4 on the side. Okay, this thing is idiot proof, I swear, and it's smooth, man. The other valves would like pop and you make all types of noise and it snap up, and even when I put flow controls on, I got back there twisting knobs trying to figure it out. Man, first shot I hit it with the freaking adjustments. I mean, I couldn't ask for better. So anyway guys, I'll put a link to this. It's a grip of money, but I'll let you know in some upcoming videos what I think of it after I've run it for a while. But so far so good. And the last thing I want to talk about is, well, I'm going to read it because I never say it right. Easy Loom split line sleeving. This is the master kit from DEI. Okay, this stuff makes my wiring look good. Okay, and we've all used that plastic split loom before, and I had it in the truck. But what amazed me was that wiring I did probably 2 years ago, and I go to pull it off and it just crumbles in my hands. And I mean, it cut your fingers up. You know the trick, you're shoving your thumb in there trying to shove the wire in. It's horrible. This stuff, I like it. And this kit came with so much. This box is still full of stuff. I mean, I did all that wiring on the front and the rear. I got plenty left. By the time I'm done doing the passenger side, I'm still going to have a ton left. So, I don't even know what this costs, but I'll look it up and let you guys know in the description. So, alright guys, well, I need to grab a couple hours of sleep. I got, let's see, it's 3. Yeah, I gotta be up like 3 hours. So, by now all the shows are over, but hopefully I saw at least some of you guys at the Get Down or at Good Guys. Now, I'm gonna post those videos probably later in the week, okay? So, anyway guys, you know the drill. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you want to see some of my other stuff, there's a link there. And all you guys that are reaching out to me on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, it's awesome. I really like it. This is supposed to be a brotherhood. You know, if everybody helping everybody and discussing, you know, what problems we're having, things like that. That's what this is about, alright? So anyway guys, have a great night, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys.